Alex had always been drawn to the stars. Ever since childhood, they had dreamed of flying beyond the skies of Earth, imagining worlds filled with strange creatures, glowing cities, and wonders no human had ever seen. Now, years later, Alex's dream had become reality. As the pilot of the exploration ship Aurora, they traveled through uncharted parts of the galaxy, collecting data for science and curiosity alike. This mission had started like any other, calm and routine. Alex had been following a known star cluster, charting planets and sending readings back to Earth. Yet there was something unusual today. The stars seemed to shimmer differently, as if the universe itself was shifting. A strange energy field appeared on the sensors, glowing faint blue and stretching far across space. Curious, Alex leaned forward, fingers hovering over the controls. Just a quick look, Alex muttered. Nothing could go wrong. But something did. The moment Aurora entered the anomaly, space around the ship twisted. The stars stretched into lines of light, colors blending into each other. Alex gripped the controls as the ship spun slightly, alarms buzzing. "Stabilizers unstabilized," they shouted. The ship responded slowly, but the pull of the anomaly was too strong. In seconds, Alex was no longer following the known map. The anomaly spat them out near a planet unlike anything Alex had ever seen. Its surface glowed with soft purple and green lights. Towering structures seemed to float above it, reflecting a strange, gentle glow. Forests shimmered like they were made of glass, and rivers of liquid light moved in impossible patterns. It was breathtaking. Alex's breath caught. "Where am I?" they whispered. The planet was beautiful, but the instruments showed nothing familiar. It wasn't in any known database. And now the fuel was low. A gentle panic began to rise. "Okay," Alex said, trying to calm themselves. "Emergency landing. We can figure this out later." The ship descended slowly, skimming over the glowing forests. As Aurora landed, Alex noticed something impossible. A massive shape in the sky, far larger than any spaceship they had ever seen. It hovered, silent, its surface reflecting the light of the planet below. Then, without warning, a soft light flashed, and a voice spoke inside Alex's mind. "Welcome, traveler. Do not be afraid." Alex froze. Who said that?" they whispered aloud, heart racing. The voice continued, calm and melodic. "I am the queen of this world. You are safe. Come." Alex's eyes widened. Their first thought was fear, but it was not the fear of immediate danger. It was awe. The voice was gentle, powerful, and commanding at the same time. Somehow Alex understood that this was no ordinary being. Hovering above, the massive ship opened, revealing an entrance that seemed to invite them. With no other choice, Alex stepped out of Aurora, feeling the soft glow of the alien world beneath their feet. The air was breathable but smelled faintly sweet, like flowers mixed with fresh rain. From the shadows of the luminous forest, a figure emerged. The alien queen. She was tall, elegant, with skin that shimmered in colors Alex had never seen, flowing like liquid light. Her eyes were bright, intelligent, and full of curiosity. "You are far from home," she said. Her voice, now audible, was still calm, and Alex could feel it in their mind. "Tell me, human, why have you come here?" Alex struggled for words. I didn't come here. I got lost. My ship brought me here." The queen smiled faintly. "Perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it was meant to find this place. And you." Alex looked around at the world again. Everything seemed alive, not just the plants or the glowing rivers, but the very land itself. The air pulsed with energy. This world, it's incredible," Alex said, voice full of wonder. "You see the beauty," the queen replied, "but there is more to understand. Come, and I will show you. You have been invited not merely to survive, but to learn." Alex hesitated for a moment, glancing back at Aurora. But something told them they would not need their ship for this journey. Trust was difficult, but curiosity won. They nodded. Queen extended a hand, and the moment Alex touched it, a strange warmth spread through their body. In that instant, Alex understood some of the thoughts, feelings, and memories of this alien being, not in words, but in emotion. There was a history, a civilization far older than humanity, filled with both wisdom and caution. "Follow me," she said. Alex did, walking across glowing paths, through forests that shimmered in impossible ways. Strange creatures observed from a distance, intelligent eyes blinking softly. None seemed hostile. They watched as if expecting Alex. As they walked, the Queen spoke again. "Many believe humans are fragile, weak, and short-lived. Yet I sense something different in you. A strength hidden, not in muscles or weapons, but in heart, mind, and spirit." Alex felt a mix of pride and disbelief. You think humans can matter here?" The Queen's gaze was steady. "Humans have potential. They can inspire, adapt, and survive where others fail. But potential is only as valuable as action. You will see soon enough." The sky above shifted, stars twinkling in patterns Alex did not recognize. Somewhere in the distance, a faint rumble sounded, not dangerous, just alive. This world was not only strange, it was full of mysteries, waiting to be uncovered. Alex realized, with a thrill that replaced fear, that this was no ordinary adventure. This was a journey that could change everything they knew about the universe and perhaps even about humanity itself. And somehow, they knew that the alien queen had invited them here for a reason far greater than being lost. Alex followed the alien queen across the glowing landscape, each step revealing wonders that defied imagination. The forest floor shimmered like liquid glass, and strange plants bent gently toward them as if curious about the new visitor. Towering creatures with translucent skin moved silently between the glowing trees, their many eyes reflecting the soft light. None approached aggressively. All seemed to acknowledge the Queen's presence as a sign of safety. "This world, it's alive," Alex whispered, unable to hide awe in their voice. "Everything moves. Everything seems connected." The Queen's eyes glimmered with satisfaction. "You see more than many do. This planet is not merely land and water. It is a living network, ancient and aware. Its energy flows through all things. Here, life is woven together, stronger than the sum of its parts." Alex tried to absorb every detail. Bridges of light arched between floating towers, and hovering, vehicles glided silently through the air, guided by invisible currents. Holographic signs and symbols floated near the structures, shifting in patterns that made Alex's mind spin with wonder. It was technology unlike anything humans had ever created, yet it felt natural, almost alive. The Queen led Alex to a great city in the sky, its buildings formed of shimmering crystal that reflected the light of multiple moons above. "This is my home," she said, her voice calm but commanding. "Few humans have ever seen such places. You are rare, and your presence is meaningful." Alex stepped onto one of the floating platforms, careful not to stumble. "It's beautiful. I don't even know what to say." "You do not need words," the Queen replied. "I wish to show you, not just tell you. Come, and learn what our world has preserved for millennia." They entered a grand hall carved into the largest crystal spire. Walls were translucent, revealing views of the glowing forests, rivers, and floating structures. At the center stood a pedestal with a sphere of light hovering above it. The Queen motioned for Alex to approach. "This is the archive of time," she explained. "Here, knowledge of our civilization, and many others, has been stored. It holds the history of countless worlds, including some connected to humanity, though you know little of it." Alex stared at the sphere. "Humans? Connected to aliens?" The Queen nodded. "Yes. Your species has been underestimated. Humans are young, yes, and fragile compared to many civilizations. Yet there is something in your nature, adaptability, courage, empathy, that leaves a mark on the universe. Even unknowingly, humans have influenced other species' history. Alex felt a mixture of pride and confusion. I had no idea. We thought we were so small, so alone. Many believe that, the Queen said softly. But perception is limited. The universe is vast and its threads are connected in ways few understand. You are here now because your path was meant to cross with mine. There are lessons for you, and lessons for us in return. Alex's mind raced with questions. Lessons? Like what? The Queen's gaze swept across the city. You will see. But first, you must learn to observe and understand, not just look and imagine. Your survival here, and your role, depends on it. Alex nodded, feeling a weight of responsibility alongside excitement. They were no longer a lost pilot. They were a guest in a world far beyond human comprehension. Over the following hours, the Queen introduced Alex to the world's many wonders. They walked through gardens where plants sang in harmonies, feeding on sunlight and starlight alike. They passed lakes where glowing fish leapt in arcs of light, and forests where trees shifted their positions to create paths. Alex could hardly believe the beauty, but more importantly, they noticed the intelligence behind it. The world was not chaotic. Every action was purposeful, every creature connected. As they walked, the Queen explained the delicate balance of her society. Our people value harmony above all. Conflict exists, but it is rare, and when it occurs, we resolve it through understanding, not destruction. Yet even here, not all are content with peace. Some factions believe humans could disrupt the way. The morning on the alien world began with a soft glow, as if the planet itself was stretching awake. Alex stood on the balcony of the Queen's spire, watching the floating cities slowly come to life. Glimmering platforms shifted gently through the sky. Creatures of all shapes moved among glowing forests, and rivers of liquid light reflected the rising twin suns. It was more beautiful than Alex could ever imagine. The alien Queen appeared beside Alex, her presence calm and commanding. Today, she said, you will see the hidden parts of my world. You will learn why your kind matters. Alex nodded, curiosity burning inside them. Hidden parts? They asked. What do you mean? The Queen gestured, and a small glowing orb floated between them. It expanded into a holographic map, showing areas Alex had not seen. Deep caves filled with light, forests where trees moved, and towers that appeared and vanished with the blink of an eye. Not all our knowledge is above ground. Some places are older than the cities, older than memory itself. They hold truths about life, the universe, and your kind. Alex's eyes widened. About humans? Yes, the Queen said. Your species is younger, but you have a strength hidden even from yourselves. Adaptability, courage, and creativity. Qualities, rare in the galaxy. You can inspire unity where others fail. You will see examples today. They began their journey, walking through the glowing forests toward a massive cave entrance. The air inside shimmered with energy, and Alex felt a tingling sensation as if the world itself was observing. Bioluminescent plants lit the path, and strange floating creatures hovered nearby, curious but unthreatening. This cave, the Queen explained, contains the Archive of Origins. It is a place where we study the beginnings of life across countless worlds. Here you will learn that humans are more connected to the galaxy than you know. Alex followed cautiously, eyes wide with wonder. Inside, the cave walls glowed with strange symbols and moving images. Holographic projections displayed alien species, stars, and planets, all intertwined in complex patterns. Alex realized that the cave itself was alive, its energy recording and projecting knowledge. Look here, the Queen said, pointing to a projection of Earth. Your species has influenced many worlds, even unknowingly. Humans have traveled to places others could not reach, survived conditions that would destroy many species, and inspired hope in ways that resonate across the galaxy. Alex stared in disbelief. We did all that? We didn't even know. Precisely, the Queen said. Humans are underestimated. Many species see only weakness. But I see potential. That is why your presence here is important. You can unite, adapt, and understand in ways others cannot. As they moved deeper into the cave, Alex noticed a strange chamber filled with crystals, each emitting soft light. Inside the crystals, they could see glimpses of human history, exploration, survival, discovery, and moments of courage. It was as if the cave itself was showing them the hidden value of humanity. You see now, the Queen said softly, that humans are not ordinary. Your creativity, empathy, and ability to face the unknown are gifts. Many civilizations have forgotten the importance of such qualities. You, however, carry them naturally. Alex felt a swell of pride and awe. They had never imagined that their species, so young and small, could hold such significance in the galaxy. I never knew humans could matter so much, they whispered. The Queen placed a hand on Alex's shoulder, warmth flowing from her touch. Your journey is only beginning. You must understand these truths to face the challenges ahead. Some will doubt, some will oppose you, but your strength lies not in weapons or power, but in your mind, your heart, and your courage. They emerged from the cave into a plateau overlooking a vast valley filled with floating light islands and glowing forests. Alien creatures moved between the islands, working together in harmony. Observe, the Queen said, how life thrives when it works together. Humans have the potential to do the same, even across worlds. Alex studied the creatures, noting how each species contributed in its own way. Some gathered food, some protected, some nurtured the young. It was a system, based on trust, cooperation, and respect. They realized that this was not so different from humans at their best. Teams working together, communities supporting each other, and courage rising in the face of challenges. Your species can bring this harmony to others, the Queen said, her voice filled with conviction. But first you must understand your own strengths. Adaptation, imagination, empathy. They are rare. You will need all of them to help bridge differences among civilizations. Alex felt a sense of purpose they had never known before. The fear of being lost in space had vanished. Now they understood why they had been pulled to this world. It was not by accident. They had been chosen, invited, and trusted to learn, grow, and act. The Queen led Alex to a quiet garden at the edge of the plateau. The air smelled sweet, and soft light danced across floating plants. Rest now, she said. Tomorrow you will face tests that will challenge your mind and courage. Only then will you fully understand why you were brought here. Alex sat down, looking out over the glowing world. Their thoughts raced with everything they had seen, the archive, the caves, the floating cities, and the creatures living in harmony. The revelation that humans were more connected and significant than they had imagined filled them with wonder and determination. Somewhere deep inside, a spark of realization had ignited. Humans could do more than survive. They could inspire, unite, and lead. And this world, this Queen, and the galaxy itself had brought Alex here to show them the first steps of that journey. As the twin suns dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with shades of violet and gold, Alex felt a sense of calm determination. The lessons had begun, and the mysteries of this world promised even greater discoveries. And in the quiet of the glowing garden, Alex knew that their life, and perhaps the life of humanity itself, was about to change forever. The next day began with a soft hum that echoed through the Queen's spire. It was not a sound Alex had heard before. It was more like a vibration, as if the world itself was calling. When Alex stepped out onto the balcony, the alien Queen was already waiting, her form glowing faintly under the morning light. "Today is your trial," she said, her voice calm, yet firm. "If you are to prove the strength of humanity, you must show it not through words but through action. You will face challenges that no calculation or simple strength can solve. Only your adaptability, Creativity and spirit will guide you. Alex felt nervous but determined. What kind of challenges? The Queen extended her hand, and a transport platform of light appeared. You will see soon enough. Trust yourself. Alex stepped onto the glowing surface, and together they rose high above the floating city. Below, rivers of light flowed between forests, and great crystal towers reflected the twin suns. Ahead, the platform carried them to a distant island that hovered in the sky like a fragment of another world. The moment they landed, Alex sensed a difference. The air was heavier, the light dimmer, and the silence deeper. Strange structures of stone and crystal stood like puzzles waiting to be solved. This place, the Queen explained, is the Isle of Trials. For generations, our people have come, here to test their wisdom and adaptability. Today you will walk these paths. I cannot help you, but I will watch. Alex nodded, taking a steady breath. The first trial awaited at the entrance, a massive gate made of living vines. The vines twisted and tightened whenever Alex tried to push them aside. Alex stopped thinking. It's alive. It reacts to force. If I fight, it resists. Instead of pushing, Alex stepped back and studied the pattern of the vines. They noticed a small rhythm, a movement like breathing. Carefully, Alex touched the vines in that rhythm, moving in harmony instead of against them. Slowly, the vines relaxed and opened the gate. The Queen's voice echoed in the distance. You see, understanding, not force, is the key. The second trial was deeper within the island, where a series of glowing bridges spanned across wide gaps. At first, the bridges looked solid, but when Alex stepped onto one, it flickered and began to vanish. Alex quickly leapt back, heart pounding. This isn't stable, Alex muttered. They crouched low, watching the glowing patterns beneath the bridge. Each step triggered a shift, but there was a sequence, a puzzle hidden in the lights. Alex began testing carefully, stepping only when the pattern allowed. After several tense moments, they crossed to the other side, heart racing but alive. The third trial brought Alex into a cavern filled with crystals that emitted a humming sound. The hums clashed, creating confusion and disorientation. Alex held, their head feeling dizzy. I can't focus, they whispered. But then they remembered something. During their time on Earth, Alex had once calmed themselves by humming softly, finding a steady rhythm to block out noise. Closing their eyes, Alex began humming again, steady and clear. The sound cut through the confusion, and the crystals shifted their tune to match. Slowly, the noise settled into harmony, and the path forward opened. At the exit of the cavern, the Queen waited, her expression calm but proud. You used your creativity to turn chaos into order. That is a human strength. Alex smiled faintly. It felt natural, like we always try to find calm in storms. The final trial awaited, at the top of a spiral tower of stone and light, as the skies above the Queen's world were no longer calm. Shadows moved across the glowing forests and floating towers, and the air carried a low, steady hum that made Alex uneasy. From the balcony of the Queen's spire, they saw distant shapes, descending through the clouds, ships dark and sharp, nothing like the graceful designs of the Queen's people. Alex's chest tightened. They're here, aren't they? The factions you warned me about. The Queen stood beside Alex, her expression calm but firm. Yes, they have chosen this moment to strike. They believe humans bring danger, and they think your presence will weaken me. But they do not understand. Alex clenched their fists. Then let's show them. The Queen placed a hand gently on Alex's shoulder. Remember, human strength is not only in fighting. Your trials showed us that. You will not win this with force. You must use your mind, your courage, and your heart. As the enemy fleet drew closer, alarm spread through the city. Citizens hurried into protective chambers while the Queen's guards prepared their defenses. Yet Alex noticed something strange. The defenders looked uncertain, hesitant, almost afraid. The Queen's people were not used to open conflict. They don't know how to fight them, Alex realized. They've built a world of peace. They don't think like attackers. Then teach them, the Queen said. Show them how humans face challenges. The responsibility pressed on Alex like a weight, but there was no time to doubt. Moving quickly, they called the guards together. Listen, Alex shouted, voice strong. The enemy thinks you are weak, but you are not weak. You are unprepared. You need a plan. You need to fight smart, not hard. The guards exchanged uncertain looks. Alex grabbed a crystal shard from a nearby table and held it high. On Earth, humans have survived by using creativity. We fight with our minds. If they attack with strength, we use speed. If they push forward, we pull back and trap them. You have the tools. You just need to think differently. Slowly, confidence began to return to the alien soldiers. They looked at Alex with respect, nodding in understanding. Moments later, the first enemy ships descended over the glowing city. Their weapons charged with red light, and beams shot down, shaking the crystal towers. The city defenses activated, shields of energy rising to block the attacks. But the shields would not last forever. Alex pointed toward the floating platforms. Use the bridges and towers. Make them move. Force the enemy to chase you where they can't fly straight. Following Alex's instructions, the defenders shifted the floating platforms to create barriers and traps. Enemy ships crashed into the sudden obstacles, their formations breaking apart. Others were lured into narrow passages where energy nets captured them. The Queen watched closely, her eyes glowing with pride. You lead them well, human. Alex didn't stop. Don't meet strength with strength. Redirect it, they called. Using their quick thinking, they directed the defenders to channel the rivers of light, bending their currents upward. When enemy beams struck the rivers, the energy reflected back, damaging their own ships. The battle turned. For the first time, the enemy hesitated, but Alex could see they were not finished. At the edge of the sky, a massive ship appeared, larger than the others, its surface covered in jagged armor. It was the command vessel. The Queen's voice was steady but grave. That ship holds their leaders. If it falls, the others will retreat. But it is shielded against our weapons. Alex thought quickly. The trials had taught them to see solutions beyond force. They remembered the vines at the first gate, resisting strength but responding to harmony. They remembered the crystals in the cavern, changing when they found balance. And they remembered the silence of the final trial, broken only when they trusted their own spirit. We can't destroy it head-on, Alex said, but we can turn its strength against itself. Looking at the glowing rivers, Alex had an idea. If we channel all the rivers of light into one stream, we can overload their shields. They'll absorb too much energy, and the ship will collapse. From within. The Queen nodded. It is dangerous but possible. Show them how. With Alex guiding, the defenders rerouted the glowing rivers through channels carved by floating platforms. Streams of light twisted and combined, forming a single powerful surge. As the enemy ship advanced, Alex gave the signal. Now! River of light burst upward, striking the massive ship's shield. For a moment, the ship seemed unstoppable. The shield held, glowing brighter and brighter. But then the energy began to crack it from within. The ship trembled, its armor splitting, and in a final flash of light it broke apart, scattering harmlessly across the sky. The remaining enemy ships fled, retreating into the distance. The sky cleared, and silence returned, broken only by the cheers of the defenders. Alex let out a breath they hadn't realized they were holding. They had done it, not alone, but by teaching others to fight in a new way. The Queen stepped forward, her eyes filled with pride. You have saved my world, Alex. But more than that, you have shown my people what humans are capable of. You took fear and turned it into courage. You turned weakness into strength. Alex shook their head, though a smile spread across their face. I just did what humans always do. We find a way when there isn't one. We survive. And sometimes, we inspire. The Queen gazed at the horizon where the last traces of the enemy ships vanished. And now you must learn one more truth. She raised her hand and the sky shimmered with a vision. Alex saw countless stars and worlds, connected by threads of light. In the center of it all was Earth, shining brightly. Your world, the Bay, Queen said softly, is not just another planet. It is part of a balance, a force that ties many civilizations together. Humanity is not small. You are the spark that others have been waiting for. This battle was only the beginning. Alex stared, awe filling their heart. Earth matters that much? The Queen nodded. More than you know. And now, you carry that knowledge. What you do with it will change everything. As the twin sun set, painting the sky in gold and violet, Alex realized the truth. Humanity was no longer alone in the galaxy. They were a part of something far greater, and their role had only just begun. The city still glowed with soft light after the battle. Though some towers bore scars and cracks, the people were safe, and their voices echoed with joy and relief. Alex stood on one of the high platforms, looking at the horizon where the last enemy ships had vanished. For the first time since arriving, in this strange world, they felt a deep calm inside. The Queen appeared beside Alex, her tall figure glowing faintly under the twin suns. "You have given my people hope," she said softly. "But your journey is not over. The truth I showed you, the vision of stars, of Earth's place in the balance, this is your next trial." Alex turned to her. "A trial bigger than any test in the temple?" "Yes," the Queen answered. "For now you must carry a message, back to your people. Humanity must know it is not alone, and the galaxy must see what humans can bring. Not war, but courage, creativity, and heart." Alex nodded, though the weight of those words pressed heavily on their chest. They had never thought of themselves as more than an ordinary explorer, lost far from home. Yet now, the fate of many worlds rested on what they would do next. The next day, the Queen led Alex to a chamber at the very top of her spire. The walls were made of transparent crystal, showing the wide skies and endless forests. In the center of the room stood a circular platform, carved with glowing symbols. "This is a bridge," the Queen explained. "It connects to paths hidden in the fabric of space. With it, you can return to your world." Alex stepped closer, awe in their eyes. "So I can go home?" "Yes. But you will not return empty-handed." The Queen held out a small crystal, glowing with soft blue light. "This holds the memory of all you have seen, the trials, the unity, the battle, the truth of Earth's importance. Share it with your people, and they will understand." Alex carefully took the crystal, feeling a warmth spread through their palm. It was more than an object, it was a symbol of trust. "But what about you?" Alex asked. "What if the factions attack again?" The Queen's gaze was steady. "We are stronger now because of what you taught us, and you are not leaving us forever. The bridge is two-way. When the time comes, you may return, and together we will stand as allies." A long silence followed, filled with unspoken respect. Finally, Alex bowed their head. "Then I promise, I will not let your gift go to waste. Earth will know." The moment of departure came. The Queen's people gathered around the spire, their voices rising in a low song of farewell. The Queen herself touched Alex's shoulder one last time. "Go with courage, human. Carry the spark. Carry the truth." The platform lit up beneath Alex's feet. A column of light rose, surrounding them, and in an instant, the world of the Queen faded away. When Alex opened their eyes, they were standing in a familiar place, the rocky hills where they had first lost their way. The stars above were Earth stars, and the cool night air smelled of home. For a moment, Alex wondered if it had all been a dream. But then they looked at their hand, and saw the crystal glowing softly in the darkness. No, it was real. Back on Earth, Alex returned to their base. At first, the other explorers were shocked, for they thought Alex had vanished forever. But Alex told them everything. They spoke of the Queen, her world, the trials, the battle, and the truth of humanity's place among the stars.